When we talk about culture, what typically comes to mind is the language of the people, their customs, their norms, their food, their music, their dance, their dress patterns. With the diversity around Africa, it's often difficult to tell what belongs where, the origins, and how these dressing is used. Welcome to the Summon, the African Summon, where we connect you to Africa and African culture. In today's edition, our guest would be Mama Xoese the First, Queen Mother of Ewe in Atlanta, Georgia. Mama will be helping us understand the dress code as it obtains amongst her people in Ewe. Please invite your neighbors, friends, and loved ones and join us for this edition. While you're at it, do not forget to subscribe to our channel, like our video, and share. Welcome.
Thank you, my dear.
It is so great to have you back after our talk on the wedding process among your people. So, Mama, tell us about Eweland. If we visit, what would you like for us to know about your people, and what would you like for us to see and before we leave?
Okay, thank you. Like I said before, we are part of Ghana. We come from West Africa and then in Ghana. And the Eweland spread from Ghana, Togo, Benin, part of Nigeria, and all the way to the Delta River, modern day called Egypt. So the Ewes are international people. So because we are all over. You go everywhere, we are there, we cross border. So that is it. And in our Eweland, we have so many beautiful things when you come to the Volta region. We have the every falls, the river fall, waterfalls, and then we have the mountain Afaja too. Yeah, and then we have the seaside that we have coconut trees all over everywhere. It's so common that when you visit, the first thing they will greet you with is the coconut water for you to drink.
Wow.
Instead of giving you water, they give you coconut water to drink. And we have other dishes, so many dishes that you would like to enjoy. We have the common one is the akple and the fertility okra soup. We call it long soup. So with okra soup, and then we have the abolo and the small fish. We call it kita schoolboys. And then we have
Boys.
yeah, kita schoolboys, and then we have the yaka yaka and the amadechi. We use the spinach to do the soup for it. And after eating all that, we have sweet after meals, we call it. We have something we call Xoese. And then the Xoese is made with, Xoese. It's made with the peanut butter and then corn flour and mixed together. And it's so nice to eat. When you eat, you keep drinking water and drinking water all the time. It's very nice. So we have a lot of things in Eweland to enjoy. So I would like you to
all
visit.
this talk about food is making me hungry and my mouth water, Mama. I want to go. All right. So in Eweland, is there a dress code? Talk to us about how people dress in Eweland and the significance of it.
Okay. As a matter of fact, we don't restrict when it comes to dressing, but we, on a whole, we like to dress not to expose some part of your body, and especially the woman. We dress in a way that your body is covered, preserved for your husband. There are certain parts of the body that it's only your husband that have to see that. So we make sure those places are covered. So that is how we dress, and it's in a simple way and beautiful too. So we have our materials that we use for that. Something like this one is we wear clothes that have names. That's what we wear. So like something like this, a traditional cloth, and it's called nkoso nkoso. Nkoso nkoso, like something that is weaving. And then And we have this one. This one, especially we the I always like to wear this. We call it bejevo. Um, bejevo, and then it has a song with it. So we used to sing a song like this. Bejevo, madamata boy, amaote koruma boji. Bejevo, madamata boy, amaote koruma boji. Amaote koruma boji. Amaote koruma boji lo. Meaning somebody hasn't worn this cloth before, but is wearing it, and so the lady then they are showing themselves for everybody to see that is
Oh,
wearing it. So
oh, nice.
yeah, and then we have this one like this. We call it. You see the cloth. It has stools inside. We said if
Mm.
you want to talk about me, get a stool and sit down. Don't
Oh,
stand up.
wow.
Sit down and relax and talk about me. So this is what we have, and. I
Sit
tell you, this one I'm
down.
wearing, you see the one I'm wearing, it
Yes.
has a guinea fowl is a delicacy in Ghana. So it's like they made it in the form of the cloth. So we like to wear that. It
Ah,
shows, it portrays that Ghana, this one of our delicacy,
oh,
the happy
nice.
Ghana. So
Nice.
that's what we have. And then lastly, I want to show this. This is called Angelina. And Angelina is a type of a club that now is like international club. Everybody wears it. And the name Angelina came from they said the lady that wore this club first was called Angelina. So they
Okay.
name it, everybody wears it and name it Angelina, Angelina. But in this modern days, we call it dashiki. Dashiki. You see, the men sew it, the women sew it, and the diaspora. When they come to Ghana, they like to wear it, they like to buy this a lot.
It's
So
vibrant in color and beautiful.
I would like to go to the Kente. Kente is a ceremonial club and a royal one, of course. In those days, it's only the royal that wear Kente. But these days, it's like we wear for occasions and all that. Originally, it comes from two tribes, the Ewe tribe and the Ashanti tribe. And the Ewe tribe, it comes from they weave it in agotime, petwe, and it's hand woven. So they take time to weave it nicely with different kinds of thread to get it. It takes a long time to weave one. It's not like the ordinary cloth that the machine had to do. This one they use their hand to do it. So we cherish it so much. We use it for the ceremony, very special ceremony. That's what we use this one for. And it comes in different shades. And this one too is a shade. And this one, the pattern inside is mostly used by the kings and queens. You see, this one, we have that one, this one, and then we have another one. We have all kinds of shade and color, depending on the occasion that you want to wear. We wear different kinds. You see, this one has different colors too. We have so
Vibrant.
many ones, and they also have names. This one too is like a royal one with the royal. You see it inside.
Symbols.
Yeah, the symbol of the royal inside, and the stool. So,
Oh,
and the men dress the dress code for the men. We wear the men wear this. I'm just showing this as an example. This is a jumper. We call it jumper, the top,
okay.
and then they have a short pant. That one to have to be white.
Okay.
Then they throw if you have the kente, they throw it on their shoulder. That's
Okay.
how the men dress with it. So we have a special way of dressing, and like what I'm wearing, this is how we dress to society. So if I get into society, everybody knows that this lady is an Ewe. It's showing
Okay.
that this is a tribe you're coming from.
Okay. Is there a meaning to the word kente?
Yeah, there is. The kente, we call it kete, kenate, meaning open and close. Before we don't use it in sewing like a slit. We join it together that way. It's just an open cloth. You just throw it on your body like a wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
The ladies use it, and then the young ones, when you are getting married, that's what we use. The young ones, you use it all above
Mm-hmm.
your shoulder here,
Mm-hmm.
get right there, and then we use the bead. You put the beads on, like these beads that I have here. Then they put the beads on you. That's what
Ah.
the ones on my hands. They put it that way, and then you use the duku. That is the scarf. That's how
Uh-huh.
you for marriage when you are getting married,
Okay.
getting for marriage, and then um but these days, we are sewing it like we are using it to sew the dress and then the slit. That's how they use it now. But traditionally, it has to be that way. You just use the wrapper around you, and then you put a scarf on it to tight it very well that it doesn't fall off. And tie this way, it doesn't fall off. Then you put the beads on, and that's how you present yourself as a lady getting ready to marry.
So if I hear you correctly, African dressing is really the wrapper, the
Yeah.
tying of the cloth, whether for the men or for the women. However, with the coming of Western and other cultural influences, like we saw things like skirts, now our wrappers are being made into skirt forms, but that's not really how we used to dress. That it's really the wrapper. Oh, because I remember growing up how it was a whole process to stand and be taught how to tie the wrapper and how to walk in it, So, oh, thank you very much, Mama. Now, is there a dress code for the child, the woman, and the man? So to speak, is there a way that children should be dressed? And as they grow through life, how does that change and evolve on to maturity?
Okay. First of all, it's not there's no specific way of dressing, but what we do is that in those days, your mother or your grandma, when they saw the cloth that I show you, we have different kinds of clothes. What they do are the pieces that are left, they join it together. In those days, every woman has a machine, or because when you're going to get married, they
They
add
give you
machine
one as a gift.
make a clothes for they make this thing for your your child. So we wear that. And if you are fortunate to have about 3 or 4 of that, oh, you are the best. And that's what you wear. And our cloth is not like the modern what we have now. When you put it in the washing machine and it's ripped off, it's not that way. You can wear, and that someone coming here after you can also wear. Your sister, your brother can also wear, and we call it sister thank you or brother thank you. So
Oh,
I wear for so long that time,
you
So,
call them sister. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Go ahead, Mama.
like as you are growing to what we do is that you have to wear your clothing to be something that when you get out in the society there, people will know where you are coming from. And your parents too, the kind of parents that you have, because parents are role model to their kids. So as you wear, what you teach your children, what you wear, that's what they look at. So as you dress up, you have to be very careful what you wear, because your children, that's how they are going to grow into. In the same way they'll grow into, not like this modern day that they are wearing anything anyhow. Before it wasn't like that. Before we wear things that will cover every part of your body. We all say that appearance counts a lot. So we make sure that that appearance that you show out there portray the kind of person you are.
So, in other words, the kid is already taught how to dress. You don't wait until you're mature before you're taught the value of being properly dressed. All the way from childhood, they start teaching you the value of covering yourself, the value of dressing properly. And thank you, Mama. And then talk to us a little bit about the dressing for the married woman. So she's a girl who's learned to cover herself. How does should she what should she have in her mind when she's thinking about the dress she's going to wear to her wedding, or the couple is going to wear to their wedding? And even after wedding, how does a married woman carry herself, and what's the significance of that?
Okay. Yeah, at earlier on, like I said, before you get married, the dowry, the thing that they bring, you have the 6 pieces of cloth, the hair gear, and the bead, and the trickles and all that. So that's the way you go. Because of that, I mean, you have to dress well as a married woman by using those clothes, like I say, the wrapper. Now that we have turned it into a skirt and a top, but before it was wrapper, you use that, and then use the same cloth as the top, or use the blouse and dress, and then tie your hair beautifully with the scarf. That differentiates between you and somebody that is not married out there. So when they see you coming out, they know that, oh, this lady is married. So we don't have to play around. And the guys don't have to play around because she is married. Even if you're not wearing a ring, as soon as they see your dressing, they see that you are somebody that is married.
And then for marriage ceremonies, how do they choose what they wear for marriages in Eweland?
Okay, in marriage ceremony, your parents, especially your mother or your auntie or your grandma, they come together and then they choose with yourself, with your consent, to see that, okay, you're getting married, so we have to look for something very beautiful and presentable. Some families have their own choices of colors that they want to wear. So that's how they go about it and present themselves. So they go get it and then put it together. Most of the time, what you wear, your husband to be has a piece of it in his own. So the two of you, when you appear, they see that, oh, these are the couple
People
that
getting married.
And then to the family too, what they do at times, they choose one particular kind of clothes. All of them wear the same thing. So to show, as soon as you come, nobody will say, oh, where are these people? They know that exactly that, oh, these people are the celebrants and the family behind them. So they don't have to pick points out that they see all of you, the children, your parents, the aunties, the uncles, everybody's wearing the same thing. Then that shows the world that, oh, these are the people really celebrating.
So in other words, it's like you come to a typical ceremony. Families could choose the couple. Say we take a wedding as a typical festive event. The couple have a unique way they dress, and their family, who would be considered the chief celebrants, could choose a cloth and they wear that, so people can come and say, oh, this one is a member of this family, and then you can see the friends and everyone else. But that's unique. So do they do that just at weddings, or are there other events where families come together and have special dressing like that?
Not only the marriage ceremony, they do it also for like funerals, like birthdays, and a social gathering. There is a special ceremony out there. Maybe husband and wife and kids will wear the same thing, or even church. If you are going to church, you can decide to dress that way. Dress, put on the same thing. So if you get there, everybody knows that, oh, these people are family. Most of the time they see that, oh, there's unity in that kind of family because they are all wearing the same thing. Because if there's no unity, that all of you cannot put on the same thing. It's like the division. So they put on that to show the world that we are united. We are loved ones coming together.
Oh, that is nice. That is nice. You walk into the room and you immediately see a man, and even if his wife is not standing next to him, you can tell who he's married to, because there comes a woman dressed precisely like he is. Oh, that's nice. Now, is there a dress code for the elderly woman, older woman in society, and is there a significance to it?
Yeah, as an elderly woman in the society, you are a role model to the whole, as you said, would I say the whole world? I said, well, you are a role model to your family and to the society as well. So your dressing counts a lot because you are an advisor and everybody comes to you for advice. So the way you dress is very, very important. So in our Eweland, the women use the wrapper, the cloth I'm talking about. That's what they use as a wrapper and put on a blouse. And some too, these days, they sew like a long, loose dress. They can wear a long, loose dress and then use the duku to tie their hair beautifully. That's how they present themselves in society. Just teaching the younger ones, and everybody see that they know that you are an elderly woman, that they can confine it when it comes to anything concerning them. They can come to you.
It's almost like before they hear the words come out of your mouth, if you're not dressed responsibly, it's hard for them to think that you would carry that kind of wisdom. So it's almost like you need to wear it and they see it on you. Thank you, Mama. And then for funerals, I understand that when there's a funeral, whether it's the man or the wife who's dead or a child who's dead, sometimes the family has a way of mourning and it's represented by the way they dress. Please walk us through how this applies in Eweland and what the significance is.
Losing a loved one, that is very, very painful. We all know. So I would like to touch on the woman aspect, losing a husband. In our Eweland, when a woman loses a husband, it's a moment of grieving to the entire family. So what they do, we have elderly people that are assigned to lead you to where to go through that process. So what they do is that we use black cloth, and the black cloth, the significance is that one of these is that for you, the love that you have for your husband, and the next thing that you are bidding farewell, and the other thing is a proof of innocence that you are not the one who killed your husband, and it's an identification too. As soon as you put on that cloth on, everybody knows that you are grieving, you are in mourning. So it's something that is so touching that everybody knows. So those people around you also would like to come to comfort you and mourn with you. So that's the way of grieving and the way of bidding your husband. So that's why we wear the black. And the black, wearing the black, it takes, they do the ritual. I mean, it's not ritual per se, but I should say that they go through that process a year, a whole year. Some do it a year, and some take 6 months. But these days, those days, the women don't go to work. They at home taking care of the kids and all that. So they have time, a long time to mourn their husband. But the men go to work, so they have a shorter period of doing that. And the women, actually, some of them would say, okay, I love my husband so much, so I want to mourn my husband maybe a year and after, or even 2 years. You'll be allowed to do that. And some too, they don't have, after the 1 year, you have to take the black cloth off, and then they do purification. The purification process is when they put on the white cloth for you, and then you cook, and then both family, the family of your husband and your side will come together and sit down, and your loved ones, and then enjoy a meal, and then you announce that henceforth you are no more in mourning. So you are done with the mourning. So anybody, if any man wants to marry, that one will depend on you if you want to marry. If you don't want to marry no more, nobody is going to bother you. But if you want to marry, you are free to marry that time. So that's how we do it. And then you are free. So, and at times too, the reason why it keeps so long, that maybe it takes after a year, those days, some of them don't have money. The women, some of them don't have money to go buy a white cloth and then cook and all those things. So you like to still be in the black until the time she gets the money, then she can perform the other rites and then get off from the black one and be in a white cloth and have freedom. So it depends.
Yeah, and I'm sure that the other family is very happy to see somebody kind of like taking a charge, being the lead, leading them in spending time to really just reflect on the time they had with the person who died, reflect with on the good times and the bad times. So it's not like you quickly just buried them and walked away and just disappeared, but you get enough time while kind of like it's a post. Since you're wearing black, everybody's allowed to mourn. So others get they have a sense of you're leading the charge. It's okay for us to still cry. It's okay for us. And when that time is over, I'm sure after crying for a year or two, then it should be time to say, okay, let's move on and do something else. Well, Mama, is there anything else you would like to add to also tell us about dressing in Eweland?
Well, like I would like to say that always, we are people of quality. We are people of substance, and we are people that love people. So I would like you, especially you, to come to Eweland and come on Eweland in the Volta region. Come to Volta region, you will love it. And those people in the diaspora, let them come over when they come to Ghana, let them visit the Eweland. We have beautiful places for you to enjoy yourself. So come, don't be afraid of Ewes. Ewes, we are very good and very beautiful women in Eweland. Come and have your taste.
Mama, as always, it is a pleasure to have you and to be able to tap into your wisdom and to be able to seek your counsel and understand how tradition goes in Eweland. Thank you so much, and I pray that you may come back and talk to us about something else sometime soon. Thank you. And that's dressing in Eweland. Stick with us as we continue to explore the African dress pattern and figure out where the African dress you wear comes from. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and share. Until next time, I am Manondo Akono, saying thank you for responding to this sermon